Game of Thrones was one of the most popular shows on television. Definitely the most popular fantasy show ever. It was based off the beloved novel series A Song of Ice and Fire, written by George R.R. Martin. The TV series was at its best when they used the books as a blueprint. And I say blueprint because they changed so many things in the show. By the time you get to the last book, it only vaguely resembles the show. One plot point from the show that definitely needed a blueprint from the book was Daenerys' sharp descent into madness. It happened so quickly, it almost gave you whiplash, which was a shame because she was such a good character. In the beginning, she was a meek and mild lost princess, during the beginning of her arrogant older brother as he attempted to gain them an army so he can reclaim the Iron Throne from Robert Baratheon. The first turning point in her life was marrying Khal Drogo. Being married to him would build her self-esteem. Slowly, she began to believe in her own royalty. She believed in it more when Khal Drogo killed her brother and paved the way for her to claim the throne. Until the next turning point in her life, Khal Drogo's death. With his death, she would lose most of his khalasar, but would gain 3 dragons. For a while, her confidence was all that carried her forward. She and her little troop of followers wandered for a while until her dragons were considerably bigger. Then she was able to utilize them to gain an army. But she wasn't ready to conquer Westeros yet. She needed boats to cross the narrow sea before she could do that. So in the meantime, she conquered Slaver's Bay and freed the slaves. Here's where she learned how to rule over a conquered people. She stayed until her dragons were full grown. She had gained another khalasar, and she had gained the boat to cross the narrow sea. She arrived in Westeros, and before she can conquer it, she had to save it from the Night King and his army of the dead. It took 8 seasons to get her to this point. 8 seasons of growth, 8 seasons of development. And in 2 to 3 episodes, they tear it all down and make her mad like her father. They start with her insecurity over Jon Snow's claim to the Iron Throne. After everything she went through to get to that point, all she had done to get the power she had, one perceived obstacle, and she was ready to fall apart. Varys planned a coup before she could even take the Iron Throne. He was right, of course, because they were writing her demise. But everything about what happened was abrupt. Then she went from not wanting to be Queen of Ashes to burning down all of King's Landing and all the innocent people in it, all because Cersei killed Missandei and the people of the North did not accept her. Finally, her suddenly wanting to conquer the world when all she ever wanted was to be Queen of Westeros. It was her focus for the entirety of the show. Like her mistrust of Jon's family came from protecting her claim of the Iron Throne. But she burns down King's Landing and now she wants to rule the world. A descent that steep needed to take a few seasons to happen, not a couple of episodes. Burn down the Red Keep with Cersei in it. Spend a couple of seasons showing her erratic decisions and her punishments getting more and more like her father's. Spend a season with her gearing up to declare war on other countries. Let her rule Westeros for a while before allowing her to descend into madness. You can't just depend on the whole she mad like her daddy thing. That's lazy writing. After 8 seasons of character development, they owed it to her to continue to develop her character and write a proper send-off. Game of Thrones probably needed another 2 to 3 seasons to wrap it up, if you compare it to earlier seasons and how long it took for storylines to unfold. They sped to the finish line, and in doing so, they did an injustice to Daenerys Stormborn, Mother of Dragons, Breaker of Chains. Blah, blah, blah.
You stand in the presence of Daenerys Stormborn of House Targaryen, rightful heir to the Iron Throne, rightful Queen of the Andals and the First Men, protector of the 7 Kingdoms, the Mother of Dragons, the Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea, the unburnt, the breaker of chains.
It's a shame that a character that started out so well ended so abruptly. Were you happy with how Daenerys Targaryen was written in the end? If so, why? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to know the next time I upload or go live. Thanks.